Have you ever seen a video on TikTok like this? Where they go, "Oh my god, color theory is so weird." Fear not, today I have come to explain everything you need to know about color theory, like if this is useful to you. Color wheel is the basics of color theory. We can see here the primary colors that make by mixing all the other colors. And if we mix all three of them together, we get a muddy brown color. It also shows us complementary colors, which basically means if we mix those two colors together, we will also get a dirty color. And it is useful when drawing shadows. Any color has four properties as shown on the image, which determine how much gray, white, or black is in the color. That is literally all the boring stuff you need to know now. Let me explain with examples. What happens in those videos is they take a background color that is dark and gray. So even if the colors we paint with on top are darker or grayer than the pure color, they still look light and bright. There is nothing wrong with painting with very light and bright colors on such background. It looks very contrasting. But some artists prefer to use a color that is darker and more gray, so that the painting looks softer and darker overall. You can still see that the skin looks very pale. Even thought on the white paper, it looks kinda tan. That is because the colors always work together. Keep that in mind when you want to paint a darker character on a background like this. That is dark and tinted. You almost have to imagine that you mix the pure color you want to pick with the background color. Even after I pick the red that is more gray and dark, you can still perceive that the hair is light red. Our brains are weird, right? Beware of stuff like this, because you can end up whitewashing a person without understanding that. Again, you can draw light colors on dark backgrounds and vice versa. But make sure all the colors you use on a person have kinda the same brightness and amount of gray. Now let's talk about how we can use color theory to draw any lighting and shadows. When we drew in art school, we used a lamp. So usually lamps like those have a warm or cold undertone. When you draw something from nature, the color will depend on the time of the day. Now, when I draw characters from imagination, I can pick any color I want for lighting. Firstly, let's talk about how even super bright lighting is not white. The light bulbs you have at home are not white, they have an undertone. And the shadows are not just a darker color. Usually, it's the complementary color of the lighting mixed with the color of an object you are painting. If I only shade with a darker color, the painting looks gray and kinda dead, though it could be a stylistic choice. Here I decided to use a cold lighting because the painting itself is mostly warm, so it adds contrast, but you can also make contrast all about the shadows. For the shadows, I'm going to use a complementary color mixed with the base color. It's kinda hard to mix colors in digital, so a little hack would be to pick the color of your base. For example, the skin color, and then move through the color wheel closer to the complementary color, and then make the color a little bit darker and more vibrant. So make it have less gray. You can do on any color wheel as shown. You can apply said hack to all the objects. I didn't try too hard on this drawing, so it's kinda ugly. But I believe you can do better. You can literally do any lighting with this knowledge. I tried a little funky green light. As you can see, the complementary color for green is a light red. You can do vibrant colors, you can do dull colors. Remember, art is supposed to be fun and not perfect. Just sharing what I learned in art school.
Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe and do art.